Walk in the creek. Hi. There you go. You are now hosts.
Sorry, I had you muted.
I have myself muted, but I'm going to jump off of here. If you need anything, just let me know.
Okay,
Message.
thank you so much.
Bye.
All right, bye. Hey guys, I'm just gonna give it a few minutes because it's just now 4, and then I'll get started. I have tons of things to talk about, so I'll just give it a few more minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I have several tasks to go over, and then I have something that I have stumbled across that I think is an awesome resource that I'm going to share with everyone, if it will allow me. So first, something that I do when jumping on a power hour, if I can, if I'm not driving or I'm actually participating in the power hour, I will go ahead and silence my phone, silence my computer so I don't get any incoming notifications and can be laser focused on what I'm doing without getting distracted. So I encourage you to do that now if you are going to be actively working through the power hour. Because I don't know, incoming messages, sometimes it's so easy to see a message come up and look at it and then respond right away. You get distracted and then you get off course. I do this during the day at any time when I'm working my business because I get distracted so easily. Even when I'm doing follow-up messages, I will send out all my follow-up messages at once before I ever go back and look at any of the responses. Otherwise, it'll be like 15 to 30 minutes later and I haven't gotten through what I need to get done. So do not disturb method, or do not disturb. It's a good thing to start using. I also do it at night before I go to bed. I'll turn it on do not disturb, and I will leave it on do not disturb until the next morning when my morning routine is done. Otherwise, I was like in a super bad habit of the first thing I do when I wake up was grab my phone and I have messages and I have, text and stuff, and I'd start responding right away. It's a bad habit to get into, and I was terrible at it. So many times when you look on your phone right away, you're either hit with complaints or you scroll Facebook and it's all negativity. So it takes your day and starts it on a negative note right away. So I always do my morning routine first before I ever check my phone, so that I can start on a positive note, start with gratitude, uplifting messages, and the day just kind of flows in a much better, much better flow to it. So anyway, that's my spiel on that. So we're going to get started on tasks. The first task is go to your stories and pick about 5 people who have viewed your most recent story. If you haven't done a story, then obviously this isn't going to pertain to you. You can go to your most recent post on Facebook and look at 3 to 5 people who have left you a comment. If you haven't posted in stories. But if you do post in stories, go to your stories for this one. And you want to look at who viewed your stories and pick people who you don't talk to on a regular basis that viewed your story, and just go to their Facebook wall, engage with them, comment on a few things. You want to make sure your comments are 5 to 10 words, not just, oh, so, too cute, or 2-letter words, beautiful, things like that, that aren't really, that's what everybody's saying. So make it meaningful, 5 to 10 words. I don't know what I was watching, but the other day I was watching some training where they said Facebook wants you to be social. They want you to comment. So when you're going and you're commenting and you're leaving those 5 to 10 word comments, you're bumping up your own algorithm every time you do it. So go and do that. Look at your stories, look at 3 to 5 people who have been viewing your stories that you haven't connected with in a while, and go to their wall, share some love. And I will give like 3 minutes to do that because it should be a pretty quick task.
In the United States, we have 14,630.
Okay, so on to our next task. It's essentially the same thing. We're not going in our stories. We're going to go to our most recent post on Facebook that had a lot of interaction, and go ahead and comment on that post again so it will bump it up in the algorithm. And then choose 5 to 10 people who commented, if there was that many, that commented on there, and go to their Facebook and show them some love. Engage with them, comment on their posts, like them, love them, however that is, or however you want to do it. And I will give like 3 minutes to do that. Try to do as many people as you can. I try to do 5 to 10 people at a time when I do it. Okay, number 3, go ahead and post on your personal Facebook wall if you have not already. Um, providing some type of value to your audience. And the best way to provide value is either through making a post that empowers them, educates them, or entertains them. And I don't know if you know this or not. So many times I'll see like good videos and you want to share the video, but when you share it, obviously it has that person's information on it. So, and it's not, you can't do it from the Facebook app, you can't download videos, but if you use the Friendly app, which is basically Facebook, but a different app of it, it has a little bit different look to it, but it also lets you do things that you cannot do from the regular Facebook app. And one of those things is download a video, and you can do that from a phone or from your computer. So what you'll need to do is go to that post. If you save it, you'll have to click view original post and then bring that post up, and there should be, I think it's 3 little dots, and it will say download video, and it will download it to your phone for you. So then you can go to your Facebook and share it like normal. So if there is a video that has had a ton of shares from somebody, like it's doing really well by being shared a ton, I'll save the video and reshare it as my own post and put my own spin on it with my own take on things. And I did it today with one on the coronavirus. I know people are saying not to talk about it. I wasn't talking negative about it, but it's huge right now and people are sharing. That's all you see. So obviously it's going to get shared a lot. And it has been shared several times. I think it has the potential to be shared more, but it was a very good informative post. It was a video that was just telling you about the virus itself. And it's been shared 9 times. That's not the best example, but I did one the other day that got shared, I don't know, almost 100 times. So when you share it to somebody's wall, and then, or when somebody shares it from your wall, and then somebody sees it on their wall and shares it again, that's your original post getting shared over and over and over. So if you didn't know how to download a video like that, that's the way that I do it. I don't know of any other way that you can if it's not your original video. But then you can also use that video again as a rewatch party later on. So say Saturday, I can go live with a relaunch and use that same video and it can get shared over and over again. So go put something on your wall to empower, educate, or entertain someone. And make sure it's public. I always, a lot of people say make your profile public. My profile is not public, but anything that doesn't pertain to my kids, I have the post set publicly so that anybody can see it. With the first 2 tasks as well, the stories and the engagement with the stories, you can do that with Instagram too. Every morning, that's one of my things to like wake up my Facebook is I'll go to my stories, I'll pick 5 to 10 people and go to their wall, and then I'll go to my Facebook stories, and then my Instagram stories, and then Facebook post and Instagram post. It takes about 15 minutes, 20 minutes altogether, but it gets your algorithm going first thing. So once you post it all, go ahead and hit done so that I know, I'm not going too fast for anybody, then I can go to the next one. Okay, anyone done yet? If you just posted on Facebook, you can go to Instagram. That's what I had to do. Okay, Sandy's done. I just went to Instagram and posted because I posted on Facebook right before we started. And I know there's so much conflicting information out there, so you can take this as you wish. But I was watching a training last night. That's what I've been doing with all this extra time, is watching extra trainings. But anyway, I have heard, only post once on your Facebook, or only post twice at the most on Instagram, Facebook, or what have you. I believe it was Marina Simone. She said, yes, if you have a following already, it's perfectly fine to make sure you're posting once a day, twice a day. She said, but if you don't have that great of a following at this point, you need to be posting more, because you need your content to get in front of people's eyes. And the only way you're going to do that is by constantly getting your stuff in the algorithm. And now during this whole, everybody's at home, everybody's looking up on Facebook and things, it's even harder to get your images and posts seen in the algorithm. So at this time, she advised to post 3 to 5 times if you don't already have a following. So I've been trying to post a little bit more, especially in stories. Stories are bigger now than ever. So just something to think about if you are at home and you have the extra time, just trying to post more on Facebook and on Instagram. So task number 4 is go to your stories and post 2 to 3 stories. It can be about anything, some ideas to post in your stories. And once you've done that, please put done in the chat. A couple ideas. You can, one, give your followers a behind the scenes look, what you're doing that day in and day out. I know myself, like, I think this is so stupid. Why would people want to know what I'm doing? I'm sitting on a Zoom, or I'm washing dishes or whatever, but people actually, they care and they watch it. They will watch it. They want to see you being real. What I think of when I think about this is reality TV is huge. I'm like a sucker for The Bachelor, and The Real World. It used to be my favorite show, things like that, that is just people living their lives. And it draws you in. So it's the same thing. Even if we think we have the most boring, like, I post stories and things of my animals, and people will message me in my inbox, be like, oh my gosh, I loved your story today about my animal's name. So I mean, they like them too. So your life is just as interesting to them, even if you don't feel like it is. So share your days in and out. Number 2 is share your business or daily activities that you're doing throughout the day. So you could take a picture of the Zoom and, share that in your story. Building our business even through these rough times, or, when other businesses aren't. A good one that always gets a lot of engagement, I'm not really sure why, is when I write in my gratitude journal in the morning, I'll just, take a picture of what I've written so far and put it in my stories, and it always gets a lot of response. When you're taking your product, put that in your stories, show your consistency. When you're getting your steps in for the day, put that in your stories. Mixing if you do the True Fix and the True Control drink, how you mix it, you can do that. Any product wise, you can do that. Just make sure you're not like putting the information right out there where people can go and Google it. Number 3, share a personal success or a team member's or customer success, and you want to share snippets of that story about their success. So you could do, if you're familiar with stories, you don't have to put a picture right away. You can do, it's like blank, and you can type whatever you want. So you could do something like, this is my friend Sarah. That's one story, because you're taking them on a story. That'd be one story slide. Next story would be like the before picture. Before she started True, she was tired, hungry all the time, blah, 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 blah. And then the next slide, this is her after in writing. Next slide, and then put her after picture. She's no longer, or I have notes here. The next slide could be, she has more energy, keeps up with her kids, has control of her cravings. And the best part is, next slide, and then whatever her best part is of the testimony. And it doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that you know. You could find a testimony in TrueDat, or one that's in your customer group, and just break the testimony down into little pieces and share that throughout your story, taking them on a story of her journey. So that's number 3. Number 4, stories are a good place to give exclusive offers. So you could put, something about our free shipping, like a picture of our combo. I have a special just for you, PM me for details, or you could do a poll on it. Are you wanting in on our special? And then your answers on the poll would be yes or heck yes. You want to make them both positive. You don't want to give a negative one. And then you'll reach out to everybody who answered that poll. Another story idea is to drive your followers to a post on your timeline. So you can make a post like, check out my most recent post about whatever it is you posted about, but put it in your stories so that they then go to your profile, because it's much easier now, the way Facebook works, to look at stories, getting them to view your stories than it is to actually getting them to see what you posted on your Facebook page. I think that's all the ideas that I have. It's usually what I try to do. So once you've posted 2 to 3 stories, go ahead and comment done. When you've got that done, I need to put that in. Okay, so the next task is going to be to reach out to 4 to 5 customers just to check in on them. It's not going to be about product, but just checking in with how they're doing in general. I know, okay, Holly did hers on Instagram. Just something simple like, I don't know, one I've been using is, hey, how are you? I know things are going crazy right now. Was just thinking about you and wanted to check in. So go do that for 4 to 5 customers. I'll give it like 3 minutes and then we'll move on. Okay. So number 6 is I just had on here to track your network. So if you haven't been doing this already, if you have, then you can just disregard this one, but keeping track of your following on social media platforms and your different platforms. If it's not increasing every single month, then you're not growing your network. So that's when you need to take a look at maybe you're not staying consistent. Maybe you're not actually doing the activities that grow your network. But if you don't track it, then there's no way of actually knowing. So take a couple of minutes and go to your Facebook, go to your Instagram, and just write down those numbers and the date. So you know on March 26th, you had this many followers, you had this many friends, this many people in your group. And so you can go back a month. I do it every month. So, and I typically do it on the 1st, but and that next month on the 26th, you can go back and see if you've increased in all those areas. If not, then you might want to take a look at what you're doing every day. A few things, areas that I grow or that I track. Let me get my sheet. I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and then I will tell you the ones that I track. Okay, so apparently I've misplaced my paper, but I'll just tell you the ones off the top of my head that I can remember. So Facebook friends on my main profile, Facebook friends. Holly, it's just I'm going to go through the list of what I track, and you do this, or it's a good idea to do this, just so you know if you're growing your network or not, because if you're not, you may want to take a look at what you're doing, because if you're not growing your network, you're not growing your business. I do it once a month, usually on the 1st. I track on my personal Facebook page, my friends, my followers, and then my business Facebook page, my followers, because there's 2 numbers on a business page too. There's the number of people that follow you and the number of people that like your page, and they're usually different. Instagram, the number of followers. I'm trying to think what else I have. In VIP customer group, the number of people in the group, I track that. I also will go through like the month's post on Facebook and Instagram and see which posts got the most engagement, the most interaction, shared the most, and I'll try to duplicate more posts like that in the following month because that's what's getting the attention. Trying to think what else to track. That's all I can think of off the top of my head, but I know there's more. If I think of it, I'll mention it, but that's all I can think of for now. Number 7, so find a mentor or coach if you don't have one already. I have a couple of them, and they're so very important. And now's the time to find one if you don't already have one, because there's the people in our profession that are teachers of our profession are out there giving away free value like crazy, because they know that in our industry, people in our industry, I guess, they know that a lot of people are without a job, they're at home, and people need our industry now more than ever. So they're showing up a ton, and they're giving away a ton of free value. So I would utilize that free value, soak it in, implement what they're telling you to do, if it's something that you're not already doing, and then find somebody that you really click with and or that has had results that you want to duplicate, and follow that person. When I started, started Tru, I actually started getting into the business side of things. I had like information overload because I thought I had to follow every single person out there giving information. And I was following 20 to 25 people, getting all the information and being so confused because, you know, they all teach differently. They all teach different methods. So you have to find the people that you click with. A few people that I follow regularly. One is Marina Simone, Ray Higdon. Those are my two main ones right now, to be honest with you. And Marina Simone provides so much content and value that it's hard for me to follow anyone else and not implement what she's teaching, because she teaches something new every single week to be implemented. So she's my biggest mentor when it comes to social media and branding. Ray Higdon is more on like the business aspects of it, where Marina is on the branding and building your brand to further your business. A couple other ones are Rob Sperry, Eric Worre, Trey, I don't know how to say his last name, Barrier or something like that. His Facebook name is That Effing Guy. Hannah talked about him on Power Hour the other day. He shares tons of great information, and I know he's doing a free webinar. Todd Falcone is doing a ton of free stuff right now. He will do a training for your team if you reach out to him. If you have 10 or more people on your team that you'd like him to do a training for, he will do it for free. Usually it costs to do that. So there's a ton out there right now. So I just, if you don't have anyone right now, try to find someone like in the next few days. There's so many. Marina Simone that I mentioned, she has a free training group, and even in her free training group, she provides a ton of value in there. And it is, let me find the name of it. Her free group is Moms Who Slay Online Sales. Let me put that in the chat. Okay, so number 8 is go to your contact list in your phone and do 3 people that you haven't talked to recently, because most of the people in your phone are people that you know in person, and it's so easy to forget those people on Facebook. So pick 2 to 3 people and just send them a quick text, just letting them know that you're thinking of them and how are they doing. Just connecting with them, because chances are you probably haven't in a long time. And then just comment when you're done. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and read off the other tasks that I had because I'm not give time to do them, but you can do them later because I wanted to share with you this new system I ran across last week that I think could make a big difference as far as follow-up goes. So task 9 was to go to your Facebook profile and do an audit. Is there any indication on there that you are with True Vision Health? Does it list your work as True Vision Health? If so, you should remove it. Your profile should be about you and not your company. If you have True Vision Health as the place that you work, people are going to go Google what True Vision Health is. So they don't have a reason to come to you. Just like we always say not to share product or company information in your post, you don't want to have it, on your profile for all to see as well. You should make sure your friends list are hidden, your groups are hidden. And this is mainly for a couple of reasons. There's obviously a lot of people in this world that do things unethically, I guess is the right way to put it. I've seen people go to people's friends list that they know are in a different company and just go friend all those people and start prospecting them. The same thing with groups. I know we post in interest groups and yard sale groups. I always hide those because I've had people come up and go and request to be in every single group that I'm in because they're with Lavelle or Beachbody or whatever. So they're trying to see what groups I'm in to go and find prospects in the same groups. It's less work for them. So hide your groups, your friends list. If your profile picture is not of you, you want to change it. It shouldn't be of your pet, your kids, but of you. Especially like with our prospects that we don't know, if they can't see your face, they trust you that much less. So make sure your profile picture is actually a picture of you. It's a good idea to have your about section filled out. Just giving some tidbits about you, what you do, what your interests are. You want to make sure that all of your other social media outlets are listed. How to hide groups. I know it's different from a phone. Are you doing it from a phone or a computer? Let me see if I can figure it out on a phone. Okay, I do everything from a computer mostly too. From a phone, I don't know that I could tell you from a phone, but when I share my screen here in a minute, I will show you how to do it from a computer. Actually, let me see if I can do that now. Real quick. Okay, I'm going to share my screen if it'll allow me. Okay, so you go to your page, your actual profile page, and go to more, and you can manage sections. And it may be different for it. Maybe that's not how they've changed it since I've done it. Let me see. I guess I'll learn as you learn, but I know mine are hidden. Okay, so I pulled up friends and there's a little pencil here that says manage and you can edit your privacy and you can set it to only me. So I have my friends list to only me, following and followers to only me. So anybody that I'm following, I'm the only person that can see who I'm following. So that's helpful as well. And then groups. Let me see. Yes, okay, so go to your about and you would scroll down until you come across your groups, I believe. Maybe not. If anybody else knows off the top of their head, feel free to share. There it is, okay. So you'll go to activity log up here to the right, the little 3 dots and timeline settings. And then go over to, what in the world? I don't see it. Okay. Well, you know how to hide your friends list, I guess. It may look different for you because I already have mine hidden. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. But it should be somewhere around in there. Okay, so hide your friends, your groups, and if you can't figure it out, Paula and Cheryl, I will figure it out after this, and just message me if you didn't figure it out, and I'll figure it out and send it to you. All other social media outlets should be listed on there so that people can easily find you on all your other outlets. And you should have a call to action in your intro, telling them what they want to do. Like you could have it say, hit the follow button or hit the see first button, just having a call to action that you want them to do. Take a look at your featured photos. They should represent you and what you are about, who you are, your interests, your passions. And then you want to make sure that you have the right image sizes because every platform is different. So for Facebook, your profile picture needs to be at least 180 by 180 pixels. It will tell you when you're uploading it how big the picture is that you're going to put up there. Because it's just when you pull up a profile, if your pictures aren't the right size, they're going to look blurry, they're going to look distorted. So profile picture should be at least 180 by 180, and your cover photo should be an 820 by 312 pixels. I have no idea what that means. It just means the size. I just know those are the sizes. So just take some time and look at your profile and see if it's appealing to a person who doesn't know you and doesn't trust you in any way. The 10th task was create an engagement post in your customer group. You can ask a question. Last night I posted an image of a garden outline. It was like showing you what vegetables to post or to plant by what. And I just made a caption like, who will be planting a garden this year? What is your favorite vegetable or something like that? And people will comment on that stuff all day long, and it will boost that group up into people's news feed. The more comments there are, the higher, or the more it's going to keep boosting it. People love to give feedback back about themselves. So if you're asking them a question like, I posted the other day, I got it off Elisa Cowart, actually. She had made a post like, what time do you typically go to bed and what time do you typically wake up? I did that one just on my personal page, but there were hundreds of comments on there. And if you do that in groups, there's going to be even more comments on there. People love to talk about themselves. Animal or pets and kids are also something that people love to talk about. So if you post an engagement question about pets or animals, you're going to get a ton of engagement. A good thing to do, an easy thing, is to go to Pinterest and just search Facebook engagement post, and there will be a ton of ideas come up for you, and you can save that photo and just post the photo as your engagement post. Task 11 was to go to your customer group and engage, comment for 5 to 10 minutes, commenting on posts with 5 to 10 words minimum, and making it a unique comment. And then the 12th task was go show some love to a few people on your Facebook. I have a specific list. I know it's been talked about on here before, but you can create your own friends list. I have a specific list for people that I call lifers, which are like my best friends or customers who have become my best friends. Maybe I don't know them in real life, but we were really connected. They're a lot like me. I just click with them. And I labeled that friends list lifers. And those are people that I just like to, I go to that list every single day and comment and interact with them, because I noticed that trying to keep up with prospects and customers and things on Facebook, I was letting my lifers get put on the back burner, which shouldn't be that way. So just going to the people in your life that your best friends, your aunts, your uncles, and just showing them some love. That was the 12 task I had to do. We have 12 minutes. So I want to show you this thing that I came across last week, and I just started implementing it. So it won't be for everybody, but I love it, and it's a huge time saver already, and I don't have it completely set up. I'm getting dry mouth. So if you have any questions along the way, if I know the answer to it, I'll answer it. But like I said, I just started it. I got to share my screen. This does cost $29.99 a month. So, you know, not everybody can swing that. If you can, it's definitely worth it. There is a free trial. I don't know if it's 7 or 14 days, but you can do the free trial to see if it's something that would benefit you. I'm doing the month at this point as $29.99 just because I wanted to make sure it's something that I'm going to use. And I'm going to give it a couple of months before I make the leap to do the year, because you can do the year membership as well. I have OCD, like, I wouldn't call it OCD, but like everything has to be organized. It has to be in a system. And what I was doing was archiving my messages every single night before bed because my messages had to be clear. And it just took a lot of time to, everybody's in a notebook, everybody's on my Google Calendar, everybody's archived every day. And so while everything's organized and in system, it's still time consuming. So this really takes away the time aspect of it, especially when you get it all together. Let's see here. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen. It's called Chat Silo, ChatSilo, and it has to be done from a computer. And it's something that you download. There's currently not an app for it. I'm sure there will be an app eventually. But what you do is you download it and you pull up your messenger, and it's this little purple up here. I've downloaded it into my browser, and you pull up Chat Silo. And as you can see, everybody over here on my left-hand column has all these colorful tags next to their name, because they're all sorted out by who they are and, you know, how I know them, where they are at in my funnel and all of that. So basically what you do is you go to this Chat Silo, you pull up your messenger and your Chat Silo at the same time, and you enter in your own tags. These are some of my tags I have. They asked for info, they're a customer who has quit on me, maybe they're in a different company. You could have whatever tag you wanted to have, and you just come here and you just tag whatever, Power Hour. You just type it in, hit enter, and it creates that new tag for you. And you can change the color for each tag. So when I think of how useful this can be, think of when we come out with a new product and you want to make sure that all your customers know. And I know that I would print out a report and there would be over 400 names on there, and I would message every single person on that list, new or old, and let them know we have a new product. Well, with this, if they have that tag, you can select that tag, type out your message, and send it to all of those people the tag at the same exact time. It's not going to show up as a group message. It's going to show up that you messaged every single person individually. It's a computer app, or it's a computer for now. But if you think about how much time that's going to save, instead of sending out to 500 messages, I can literally go in here, type one message about our new product, hit send, and it's sent to all 500 people or however many. So that's going to save a ton of time. But also when you think about when you do, like I have a host to post one, if you do a host to post, so you know sometimes host to post can go hit really good and you have tons of people to follow up with. Well, you can go and when you message them, hit put their, let me see if I can show you. You click on the little arrow next to them and you just select. Now, you can only select one at a time for now. So you have to customize them that way. but you could do a host to post. So everybody that you talk to on that host to post, change their tag to host to post. And when it comes time to follow up with those people, you can follow up with them all at one time. So that's a huge time saver. It's going to take a while, obviously, to go through your contacts. This is all I have. Because here's another thing. I was archiving my contacts each time. So I would go to these little dots and I would hide. So it was out of my inbox. Well, now if you do that, you have to rehab it when they come back in the inbox. So now you can no longer hide them. They have to stay here to have the tags with them. But I just think it's going to be a huge time saver. You can do like asked for a link, and then if you have a special and you want to follow up with everybody you've ever sent a link to, you select that tag, put the special in, send it all at once. So yes, chat silo. I think it could save a ton of time, and so far I really like it. So I wanted to share that with you. Like I said, I just started it, so I'm not super good at it yet, or I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but so far I love it. And for the price, so it's $29.99 a month. I think I save more money by spending the $29.99 a month and saving that time so I can do other income producing activities than actually like having to sit there and message, tons and tons of people the same thing over and over and over. And from what I've read from other people using it, it's not going to put you in Facebook jail for sending out a mass message like it would if you were just copying and pasting. So that's a plus too. Anyway, so we're almost at an hour. That's all I had to share. If anybody has any questions before I hop off here, I can answer those really quick. You're welcome. If you start using it and love it, let me know. I would love, like, I haven't heard of anybody else using it. I just came across it a week, I think. And I was like, oh, check it out and see what it's about. And so far, I absolutely love it. Okay, well, thank you all for joining me. I hope you're staying healthy. And I will see you all the next time. You're welcome. Bye, guys.